What was the last movie or show that you saw where your expectations were here and boy, it just didn't deliver? And maybe it doesn't even have to be the most recent. What is just one of the most disappointing events for you in the entertainment realm where you had high hopes and they were just dashed?
It's a great question.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll lead since it's my question.
Please lead.
Right? The Justice League movie. My expectations for that movie were legitimately high.
That's on you for that one. I saw that one coming.
In my defense, I enjoyed Man of Steel a lot. Batman v Superman has its flaws, but the table was set to introduce the rest of the league. So there was all sorts of potential there. The trailers were phenomenal. There were teases of Green Lanterns in the trailers. And then we got no Green Lanterns, other than a flashback scene with some ambiguous Green Lantern who was quickly vanquished. And the movie was just a hot freaking mess of garbage. I remember the opening scene with Henry Cavill, R.I.P. is Superman, by the way, and it shows his face with the digitally removed mustache, and it looked bad. So the very first scene, I remember sitting in the theater going, oh no. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. And fortunately, it wasn't a very long movie, but it couldn't have ended soon enough. It was tough. So that's probably the most recent example for me.
What do you think of Snyder version? Snyder cut.
It's actually great.
Yeah.
It's actually phenomenal, which is in a weird way like enhances the disappointment because it's like, how do you have that available, that accessible? I understand like he had to come back and finish the production, but had that come out, man, what a different place we'd be in right now. Right now, so it would have to be winnowed down because it was way too long for a single flick. But I loved it. I thought it was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was great. What did you think of that?
The Snyder Cut, I thought it was really good. Way better than the initial one.
Oh my god!
It didn't take much though.
No bar.
Yeah,
to clear. Yeah,
but I thought it was cool. They like totally did the face of what's the guy's name?
Yep. Sorry, Darkseid's minion.
Yeah, what's his name?
Mm-hmm.
Some with a K.
Steppenwolf,
not with a K.
Yep. Steppenwolf.
In there.
K. Bad guy.
It's his middle name. Yeah.
It's not like Steppenwolf. He gets made fun of. That's why he turned evil.
Yeah.
Origin story.
I thought it was they did so many little changes with that movie.
Yes. Visually was better.
Oh my god.
Cyborg storyline was phenomenal.
Unreal. Yeah. I watched that movie just before seeing The Flash with Jocelyn, and she was agreed with me. Not the 5-hour one. We watched the short one. Okay. So I'm like, I'm not gonna make you sit through a 5-hour movie that you don't have any cares about.
Right.
So I don't know. It was not.
Solomon, you remember when we watched Justice League, the Snyder Cut? A great story. I don't know if it's for now, but
did you fall asleep?
No.
Okay.
Worse.
Storm. And we were just watching it, and I was getting a tattoo on a part of my body. And a person walks in.
I feel like it's better if you say the part of your body so they're not
should.
thinking of the worst parts of your body.
So I automatically went to the butt.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yeah.
I had a friend that did stick and pokes, and he wanted to do these glow-in-the-dark stick and poke tattoos, and he was like, why not? So I've just got my right cheek out, and we're watching
Show the camera.
and we're watching the Snyder Cut.
Wait, it is the cheek?
Yes, it's on the side.
Yeah, you did.
And we're everyone's just kind of just zoned into the Snyder Cut, so they're not looking. And then the RA walks in, and he just kind of stops. And this is during COVID too, so
we're all supposed to be
masked up. And he just looks and he kind of stares and he goes, "Did you guys pull your masks up?" And then walks out. And that was it.
The Snyder Cut, everybody.
So, fondest memories.
I love how you were willing not only to do just a regular stick and poke, but the fact that you're like, I hope part of my butt blows up at night.
Guess what the tattoo
is? You gotta tell them what it is.
Yes.
I'm gonna guess. Is it a Green Lantern ring?
No.
It's green.
Glow green?
It's green.
No,
that's kind of crazy. It's Pickle Rick?
Yeah.
Interesting. That's a statement piece, is what that is.
You can't see it anymore. You'd have to get like a black light to get it going. So
we won't do that.
Yes, no.
This time. The next.
I don't want to lose followers because of my terrible story.
So we take you to a bowling alley and we go down shorts, and then when it goes black light, we see a blue line. Good to know.
Wow, that's great. Saul, what about you?
For
disappointment, right? Expectations are reasonably high.
It's probably on me for this, but I love the Fast and Furious movies.
Sure.
And so I continue to get disappointed because I have high hopes for every single one. Okay. Fast X most recently. Like, Fast is amazing. John Cena's back.
It's true.
Jason Momoa. Like, I love Jason Momoa. And I went in that movie and I'm like, that was like not even like, it was to the point where it's like, this isn't really that entertaining anymore to see it be that bad.
Right.
Like, usually it's like, I mean, I would say like, not to get into The Flash, but like The Flash was like entertaining.
Sure.
At least.
Yeah.
And this one's like almost too bad that it's not even entertaining to me.
Yeah.
You probably disagreed with that. But
yeah.
What?
But it's entertaining.
Fast Furious?
No, Flash.
Oh, sorry. I got way sidetracked.
Where were you?
Gone. I was gone.
He's in his chrono ball.
We're good. I'm back.
All right, Dill, what about you?
Oh, I think this is a popular one, but Star Wars, the Force Awakens and on. I had like growing up, we had the VHSs of 4, 5, and 6. And I have like the fondest memories of like popping those in, watching those. And so Force Awakens wasn't like the worst thing I've ever seen, but then you go on in Last Jedi was just
terrible. It was terrible.
Like, it's just awful. And like the whole time I'm just like, is this a good movie?
No,
it's not.
Let me help you out. No.
And I can't even rewatch them now. I'm just like, I don't even touch them. And then you have like Rogue One, and Rogue One is like amazing. And it's like you have so much the bar was so low for that because it's like, well, the other movies suck. So, but then I guess that makes Rogue One better. But that's all I can say.
Dude, episode 8 was even worse for me because for some reason the person that was in charge of the camera decided to leave the light on in the room, and it decided to only shine on me. So it was like I had a spotlight on me for the entire movie. So I'm like, I was irritated at what I was watching, and then having a bright light on you the whole time, it just really adds to it.
Just compounded.
Oh my gosh, yes. Is it my turn?
It's your turn, Riles.
I was 16 years old. I was going on a double date with one of my buddies and a girl that was not interested in me, but I was totally interested in her. And so he calls me up because I'm waiting for this movie. I'm with my best friend too. And he's like, dude, the movie we were going to go see was Pitch Perfect 2. And he's like, we've got to get out of Pitch Perfect 2. I was like, what do you want to see, dude? I don't care. He's like, let's go to Mad Max Fury Road. I'm like, all right, whatever, let's go. We sit down. We get there. Sit down. My best friend cockblocks me so that I'm sitting by him and not by the girl. So we're already off to a great start. And then the movie starts, and I about walk out 5 minutes in because the milk mothers come in, and I look at my buddy, and I'm like, what are we doing? What are we the whole time? And then I'm watching the movie the whole time, disappointed because I had to look at that. And then they're like, the whole story's like, dude, we got to get to this point. They go, it takes most of the movie to get to this one point, correct? Right? And they get to
like 75% of the movie.
They get to that point, and they're like, bro, we got to go back. and then not only that, it took them 5 minutes to get back. It took them an hour and a half to get there, 10 to get back. I don't know how the mileage works there. If they went in a circle, doesn't make sense to me. So, yeah, that would be it. I hate that movie so much.
Have you watched it since?
Nope, and I refuse to go back.
Isn't that, so this is on like the early JP and the Beanstalk, but that's like in your like top 30. That's like at the very front, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a disappointment.
That's crazy.
You have to watch it again. I watched it. Couple things are true here. First of all, it's got to be one of the worst movies a guy can take a girl to. That's bad. Bad. Like
Sugar in the Pitch Perfect.
Yeah. If the goal is,
I was low key wanting to because I was like, worst case scenario, I get to look at Anna Kendrick for an hour and a half.
There you go. There you go. Right. So, not the case in Mad Max. You're looking at Tom Hardy, which is a way of the treat.
That was great. But I think part of it was like there's no dialogue, and for me, I'm like, I need a little talking.
It's an awesome movie. Now, the first time I saw it, I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't hate it, but I had no clue what to do with it. You're absolutely right with the plot. There is no plot. The plot is go from A to B and then from B to A. But here's why. This is one of the reasons why I think it's fantastic. When they made the movie, okay, they literally constructed all the action scenes that they wanted to do, okay? And then they said, all right, how do we fit a plot through this so that we can have all these action scenes? And we've got this story, we've got this plot. It's like, okay, we're going to blow this up. We're going to build this. That's awesome. These guys are going to attack each other. That explodes. Wild. Like, what's the story? They go here and then they go back. Done!
Sounds like a Jackass movie.
Oh.
All these action scenes that we're going to work our way back.
Just wild. I didn't even tell you why I went back to see it a second time. I think I was just genuinely curious. Like, I was unsettled with it the first time. I didn't know where to land. I'm like, I got to see this again. And I saw it again. Amazing. Amazing. It's almost all practical, right? So there's very little CG. The visuals are nuts. The soundtrack is insane. The story makes zero sense. It's glorious. It's magnificent. Give yourself a chance. When you're ready.
Call her back up.
You're ready.
Go back to the movies.
Did you ever see Pitch Perfect 2? I never have.
I saw it at a different point in time.
Okay.
Not with a girl. I don't think there was a girl.
That's a really sad story.
Yeah.
It's better that way.
It worked out for the best.